Hello there, lovely folks of YouTube. Ren here. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a crazy... How long has it been? I don't even know. I've been working a ton. I've been having some health issues, which have been depleting a lot of my spoons, so I haven't been making a lot of videos. I also haven't been taking very good care of my garden because, honestly, I haven't had a lot of energy. It's been very rainy. It's still kind of gloomy and rainy out here today. It's been raining for several days. My yard looks like a mess, but I'm going to show it to you anyway because it's October, you know? Things are getting kind of messy in October. They always do. Things are kind of dying back, going dormant. It's an interesting time of year. So, you may have noticed if you've been following me for a while, I didn't put up a September tour. Honestly, there's not a lot of difference between September and October in my yard, except for a couple of plants that are actually blooming now that weren't in September. So, why don't we get started? All right, so here we go. All right, so my blueberries, you can see they're starting to change color. Blueberries do get a nice fall color on them. So mine are starting to turn, get that nice red color on them. You can see I've cleaned up my raspberries a little bit and put some sort of little trellising in here to hold them up off of the ground because they were just kind of trailing all over the ground. Vegetable beds are done. I need to pull these out. I just haven't gotten around to it. There are some peppers here that do need to be harvested once I get a chance to do so. But for the most part, they're just kind of finishing up as well. You can see my apple trees are starting to lose all their leaves. This one in particular, you can see it's got a whole bunch of apples all over it of questionable appearance. They're actually really tasty. They look like trash, but they're actually really tasty, believe me. I've been picking some of these apples. Some of these apples went into making my apple butter and my apple and rosehip jam that I made for my Grow for Mabin. But a lot of the apples, like some of these ones like this, that look really bad, there it is. I've actually been leaving those for the birds because the mockingbirds and the blue jays will come and eat those. So you can see my viburnum is starting to color up here. Interestingly enough, it gets confused sometimes and does actively bloom even while the leaves are changing. So that's always kind of a neat feature. This is one of my things that blooms in October here. It's just started to bloom. This is my Aster. Aster is usually a fall blooming flower. It's in that sunflower family. Asteraceae. But yeah, this one is called October Sky because it blooms in October and it has the color of the sky. So let's see. You can see my little sassafras tree is starting to get some nice color on it too. Some nice little fall color there. Blackberries are starting to die back. Roses are having their second bloom. These are reblooming roses, so they do bloom again in the fall. Big flush in the spring, smaller one in the fall. And it's nice because you can see you have the hips and the flowers now together. Stuff in the pots is starting to die back. Stuff in my herb bed is starting to die back. Lots of things dying back. I do have one other plant. This one is getting ready to bloom, and I'm going to do a video on this one as soon as it starts blooming. This is my Camellia, Camellia sinensis, and you can see those little flower buds on it getting ready to pop. It's probably the most flowers I've ever had on this plant, so I'm excited for that. This is the other one that's blooming right now. Toad Lily is the name of this one, and this is also a fall bloomer. But Trichritis, I think, is the genus name on that one. Very interesting little plant. Likes shady, wet spots. I'm going to try and walk around it here to get over by my pond, which probably needs a little extra water. Still having some issues with the algae, but it's been an ongoing struggle all year. You know, first time with the pond, so I'm learning. But I do have a couple new plants that I put in over here by the pond. So this is one of them over here. And this one is Acanthus. The Acanthus Whitewater variety. So this is one that will get pretty big. It will spread runners. It gets to about 3 to 4 feet tall. Has these really prickly evergreen leaves that eventually should get some more. Yeah, you can see on one of these here. has a little bit of white variegation on the edges, and that's more of what the leaves will look like when they mature. So it is a variegated variety, has these big flower spikes that are red and white, very attractive looking. I'm really excited for that. If you're not familiar with Acanthus, that is the motif that is used in the Corinthian Greek pillars. So this is my other plant that I put in right here behind the waterfall, and this will grow in to fill in and hide all this stuff back here. This little guy right here, that's black cohosh. Shoot. I can't remember whether it's Actea or Simsifuga now. They keep changing the genus name on me, but it's one of those two. So, but anyway, yeah, not a whole lot going on. A lot of things dying back, a lot of things coloring up. You can see there's my Solomon seal is starting to color up as well. So that's kind of neat to watch, you know, watch the color changes. I do have some things that get nice color on them, like obviously that viburnum and the sassafras. There's a few things in the front as well. I don't usually show the front because there's not very interesting things out there, but there are a few things. I'm slowly expanding out into the front a little bit. But yeah, that's the hot mess that my garden has been lately. My task has been basically just to clean things up and get things ready to be put to bed. So there we go. Anyway, I hope this video finds you well. I'll try to make more. We'll see what happens, and I will see you again soon.